What do you want to tell voters before they go to the polls on 1st of September? Mr. Tan, your time starts now.
In carrying out my constitutional duties as president, I will have very important and independent mind. I will examine each recommendation from the government on the use of past reserves and the appointment of top officers in the public service critically, and I must be satisfied that they are in the interest of the people before I give my approval. This is what an independent president should do. I will also use the power of the president to call a commission of inquiry when needed to ensure there is transparency and accountability in the government and the public service. My main concern is for the young people of Singapore. The young people face a difficult challenge. They have to compete for jobs against foreigners, and good jobs are difficult to get. Yet, our males have to do national service, which sets them back 2 years or more in the competition for jobs. They have to live, we all have to live with high cost of living, and cost of housing is getting to be unaffordable. I understand these concerns and will convey them to the government so that our young people can look forward with confidence to the future. My overall goal is to make life better for the people of Singapore. I believe the government shares a similar goal. I will collaborate and work with the government to find a better way to solve these problems. I ask the people of Singapore to vote for an independent president.
Thank you, Mr. Tan. I would like to remind viewers of what the elected president can and cannot do. The president cannot express public views on legislation or government policy without being advised to do so by the government. Mr. Ng, you're next. You have 2 minutes and your time starts now. What would you want to tell voters before they go to the polls on 1st of September?
I would like to tell voters that I have come forward to serve my country, because Singapore needs a president who is competent and experienced, and a president who is trustworthy, and above all, a president who is non-partisan, so that the president does not serve the political agenda of any political party. I would ask the people of Singapore to examine my motives for why I have come forward. I am not motivated by the desire for money, for power, or for fame. I truly want to serve my country because I'm very concerned about our future well-being. I'm willing to make the sacrifice necessary so that what we have built up can be safeguarded. I'm quite prepared to accept the sacrifice that is needed to secure our future. And I have come forward because I have benefited so much from what Singapore has given me. I've come forward to say thank you to the people of Singapore for this opportunity to serve as their president.
Thank you, Mr. Ng. Finally, Mr. Tharman, you have 2 minutes and your time starts now.
Well, let me request each and every Singaporean respectfully to vote for me on Friday as a vote for an optimistic future, a future where your interests, your children's and your grandchildren's interests, a future where all Singaporeans can have an optimistic future. It is very easy to be pessimistic when we look at everything happening in the world, when we look at happenings even in Singapore from time to time, it is very easy to be pessimistic. But when we look at Singaporeans, we become optimistic. When we look at what they're capable of doing, look at Shanti Pereira. Look at what she's achieved in just 7 or 8 months. Qualifying now for the first Singaporean to qualify for the semi-finals in the World Athletics Championships, qualifying for the Paris Olympics. It's amazing. Guts and persistence, despite the ups and downs in her life. Look at Stephanie Esther Pham, whom I just met recently. She has cerebral palsy. She's inspiring us to look at disabilities differently. She's become a playwright, a leading playwright in disability-led theatre. Look at all the people who take second chances, who continue to inspire me every day through my years on the ground, working with them, who tell me when they become mentors that they're not just helping others, but they're helping themselves, and we're all changing ourselves. We're an optimistic country because of Singaporeans. But let me finally say, my life is an open book. I've been serving Singapore my entire life through public service and even before. There are no surprises with me. You will not get surprises with me. What you see is what you get. Thank you very much for your support.